Hi, this is Hugh Lundberg. I'm the co-founder of the Gossamer Court. And we are an affiliation of spiritually inspired artists and creative beings in the sciences and humanities and other things devoted to healing through art. We operate largely in part to the kindness of strangers. And we do things in certainly a very laid-back way. I mean, we're not out there, at least not at this point, hitting for really deep pockets, but I got a very disturbing email today from one of our people commenting on, how we are there for a lot of different groups and organizations, and we support their activities and their groups, but when it comes time for that favor to be returned, it doesn't always happen. And I don't think that's deliberate. It's just people do get wrapped up in their own stuff. I mean, there have been a couple of situations where people really needed relief and money quickly, and I wrote up a very honest assessment of the situation, and within a very short period of time, people donated a lot of money. We actually operate on a very small budget, but Jordan's underwritten things. I have our High Priestess. We've had a lot more of that in the last few years from the artists who want to see us, survive. It's not always money that we need. I mean, hey, if you got $3 or $4, kicking around, and you want to throw it in an envelope and send it to us, fine. That would be wonderful, and it would be most appreciated. If you've got a roll of stamps kicking around that's not doing you any good, we certainly need help as far as supplies for the office. We're actually working with the idea now, because we have so many people who are into herbs and soaps and incense and things like that, that we are thinking about making essences and growing things. I was talking with Allison Gray about this last night, doing this for COSM first. And although COSM is not officially, a project of ours, the Chapel of Sacred Mirrors, the Grays, have been very good to the Gossamer Court. We, have had a place to meet and to share, the creative process with one another. And, with the backdrop of all of Alex and company's, amazing work, it's just, it was never a marriage of convenience, but it just worked out magnificently. So we try to be as supportive of them as possible, and one of the things that we're working on right now is the idea of doing these essences for them, and maybe soaps and incense, where all of the products that we use are grown or developed on the land of where the new chapel is being built, where the center is being built in Wappinger Falls, New York. But we also have other needs, for our artists and musicians. I mean, if you've got, an old drum kit that somebody didn't put together, although in our community that's highly unlikely, but, if you have material, rolls of leather or fabric, rawhide, paints, if you have, if you were doing jewelry at one point, or hemp or macrame, these are all things that we can utilize. I mean, we are about healing through art. We try to get people, for example, some people were photographers when they were in high school, and they're getting back to it. A lot of people don't like 35mm cameras. We do. If you have a 35mm camera that you're thinking about throwing out, please don't send it to us. Instruments that you could, maybe do a little work and repair, or somebody could. I mean, my partner Jordan, as most people know, is an engineer. He's pretty amazing. I mean, we had a futon frame that, he turned into this, shelf for his vinyl, his records. We both are kind of pack rats, because you never know when an artist is going to need a tool, or a musician is going to need a string, or whatever. But, it goes into more, and we do try to get organized more and more as time goes on, and, offer classes down the line at Academy Esoteric, which is another thing that we're developing. But books, how-to books. There's actually, a list that I've put out a few times of things that we could really use. Everything from materials for costuming and painting, canvases, anything pretty much to do with the arts and supplies. And, yes, certainly, the donations are very nice and most appreciated. It's a very tough time for us right now. In the dynamic of the house, we've got a lot of people doing different jobs, and one might be laid off this week, which has happened a few times in the last few months. Jordan, has some time off from teaching. He's looking at another job because there are all kinds of cutbacks going on. And so I'm going to be devoting more of my time, trying to get classes together and help people to educate themselves on ways that, they can, through making jewelry or writing or taking pictures or whatever, enhance their lives, and at the same time maybe bring in a little bit of money for themselves at a time when people so desperately need it. So please do help us in any way you can, be it wildflower seeds, or the supplies for music, the arts, to office supplies and things like that. We're just trying to keep our head above water like everyone else, and we certainly would not have been able to survive over the last 5 or 6 years if it hadn't been for the kindness of strangers. And, I'm just asking those of you, as, tax refunds are coming in, please think of us. We are out there for the pagans, the shaman, the rainbow. We really do try to give back, and that is what my life is about. My whole purpose is to serve, and to try and help people as much as possible by this, beautiful love child, the Gossamer Court. So thank you for listening. I'll put some information connected with the video on ways that you can contact us and mail us supplies. But please, find it in your heart to remember us a little bit. if not with sending us supplies or a little bit of cash, with your prayers and good energy. Thank you. My name is Hugh Slenberg. I am the Fairy King and co-founder of the Gossamer Court. Have a wonderful life.